What's going on, everybody? The Black Rage here, coming to you live as always with another exclusive video. And today I want to talk about the infamous Demon Primate Mortarion. Now, I know a lot of people have been playing games and stuff like that. I've actually gotten about 5 or 6 games there with the new codex, so I kind of wanted to wait a little bit before I start talking more about these videos and stuff, just to get a little bit more experience with the book, not just play a game and steamroll my opponent and come make a video. So, oh, I have Mortarion antler wings here. For some reason, my Mortarion thought he was Buzz Lightyear, wanted to fly. So that didn't quite work out. So here is my Mortarion without his wings, right here. I decided to do the winter look from Game of Thrones.
I bring the holiest gift of all.
Replay. What's going on, everybody? The Black Rage here, coming to you live with another exclusive video as always. So today, guys, I'm going to talk about Mortarion. A lot of people hate him, a lot of people love him. Some people just don't know how to deal with him at the moment. So, well, my Mortarion decided to have a fall not that long ago before I started filming, and I don't know where my glue is at the moment. So I decided to create this nice little beanie look here, I guess. So I guess we're advertising some wings. So anywho, here's Mortarion here. My Mortarion it is, just to show you. I've placed his scythe on the opposite way because I just got tired of it snagging miniatures and all that stuff. So I want to also say, guys, thank you so much for some of the feedback, some of the comments. You guys are awesome. Like, I like it, man. It's just this really motivating for me to make more of these videos, and I finally got a nice little quiet zone here, and it does take a lot to make these videos. I mean, just the timing, the editing, and just to kind of put everything together. So guys, please continue liking and subscribing. I know, I mean, I don't like asking for it, but you know, it'd be nice to hit that nice little mark, and maybe I can keep making these videos, of course. So anyways, let's get right to it. And today I'm gonna do something a little more special. So behind me here, I have a whiteboard, and you know what it says? It says, and the light's too bright, I'm sorry, I apologize. It says, everyone loves Mortarion. Yeah, well, let's talk about that. Okay, so Mortarion. He's powerful, as we all know. I played him, and I played Deathguard in 8th edition. Now, I play more of the casual style Deathguard. There's a lot of competitive play. I remember when Deathguard first came out, there was crazy lists, like people running like a gazillion Plague Burst crawlers and just madness. So for me, it's like, I'm more like the casual player, you know, more like running troops and actual playing the army for what they have to offer. To each is their own, you know, nothing, no offense to anyone else that plays more on that level. I kind of do and I kind of don't. But let's see, Mortarion in 8th edition, we all know how either you had a couple ways to play him. And that was either A, analyzing your opponent's army and seeing what they have in front of you, or B, it's like he's gonna die regardless. So you kind of had to pick your poison, and you know, you had to try to go first, try to get him up as far as you can, because trying to hide him is just nearly insane with the terrain. It's like you're gonna be able to see his wings regardless. So my whole thing is with 9th edition now. 9th edition has really structured him to survive. He really feels like a frontline tank. He can get in there, get dirty, and he's just hard to kill right now. So I'm gonna go to this is something new I'm doing, guys. So I actually want to do a whiteboard presentation. So we're gonna do this sports style. So I'm gonna draw up some little rinky-dinky 3D look, and I apologize if my drawing is terrible. I'll try to do the best I can to explain to you guys. So let's go to the whiteboard. All right, guys. So I have here the whiteboard, and I really want to apologize in advance. My my artwork is not the greatest, but it's just kind of showing you a little bit of an example of how I would play a scenario in this match. So do bear in mind with me, bear with my horrible drawing. So I made a little scenario here, so I can kind of point out, you know, things as I can show you. So up here we have a scenario where there's we got, you know, line of sight blocker here, mostly for like the competitive play or slash just casual, just, you know, general idea. We like to have a nice big piece of terrain in the center here. So we have like some barbed wires here, big building here. So looking at it from the top perspective, I guess. And so we'll have like maybe like a mountain back here, something, and some rocks, whatever. So up here, because in 8th edition, I actually did not like Drukhari. They were probably the worst matchup for me with Deathguard, because they're just fast and they can get on objectives easier and they can just shoot you off of everything. So here I have displayed Drukhari versus the Deathguard, but just very minimal of not the whole 2000 versus 2000, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But here I have Ravengers up here, and these are all armed with Dark Lances. Now, from what I've seen, Dark Lances are going to it looks like they're going to retain their strength 8 AP -4, but they're going to D3 +3 damage, and that's going to be huge for Deathguard. So, and Ravengers are armed with 3 Dark Lances per. So that's 9 Dark Lances here. I have 4 Venoms here, and, you know, unit of warriors, maybe some witches and stuff, whatever, just to kind of show. And then down here, here's some Poxwalker units. Here's some Plague Marine unit, and then here's some PBCs here, so Plague Burst Crawlers. I've put 3 in this list scenario here, this little skirmish. So try to keep these behind stuff, because now with 9th edition, you don't have to play as if you're going second always. But, I mean, I'm sorry, play as if you're going first as always, but you can put these behind something because you can move out and shoot full-fledged without the -1 to hit now. So, in this scenario here, you have the Dawn of War style. You have 4 objectives. And this, I played this mission the other day, and for Deathguard, it could be kind of a struggle, just considering, and this is where I go with the whole NFL style here. So let's say, for instance, Deathguard goes second in this matchup. So we have Venoms here. The first thing they're going to want to do, most likely, is either A, this Venom go here. Ah! Sorry. Shit. All right, I had a little mishap there. I do apologize. Next time I promise this will be hanging up, but for now I kind of have to do the one arm thing, so just bear with me. So anyways, as I was stating, assuming that Deathguard goes second and Drukhari goes first, so this Venom most likely would want to position here, you know, because they have 36-inch range Venom cannons, and those things are, I'm sorry, not Venom cannons, Tyranid, joke, ha ha ha, funny. Splinter rifles, splinter cannons, and stuff like that, that puts out a gazillion shots, and they're all poison, so even with Deathguard's high toughness, that's kind of irrelevant. So these guys immediately want to advance forward and try to get there, and maybe for turn 2, to try to get on this objective. Same thing here. These guys are going to want to go here, or get near it, so they can score it for turn 2 if they go first. Then you have these warriors, or let's say warriors, witches, whatever, something that can kind of sit back on objectives, and they can hold this one. Now, where it gets interesting is, does this unit go and kill the Poxwalkers here that we have? Or do they go and try and kill Mortarion? Now, Mortarion can't hide due to the fact that he is 18 wounds. You can shoot him anywhere as long as you have visible line of sight to him. So, potentially people will try to say, okay, let's try to pick him off first. So maybe this guy, this Ravager here, will fly here, maybe not too close to where Mortarion can jump here, but just enough to where you have that 36-inch range to, you know, zap 3 Dark Lances at him, and potentially. Same thing here. That Ravager could try to get into range, maybe. This Ravager here, maybe it can do like a 12-inch move here. I believe they're 12-inch move, and try and get sight. So Mortarion will still be the target. Now this is trying to kill him, that is. Dark Lances are going to hurt. Anything with D3 damage is going to hurt Mortarion. Now, Mortarion being as resilient as he is, I mean, it's still strength 8, so they still need 4s to wound him. It's AP -4, so he still gets his 4 invulnerable. But if he fails those, if he fails them, basically it's 4 damage without having to roll, because a 1 or 2 is going to be a D3, so it's a 4. So now it comes down to how good can you roll, which it's a dice game. So I've had games where I've made spectacular saves with Magnus, and there's games where I've rolled horrible and I just fall over and wither away.
Together we shall drive it deep into the...
So Drukhari tries to tend to play very aggressive, and they have a lot of shots, so they can probably bring the big man down potentially turn 1, even without him going first or second. So there's a potential chance that he can die. Now, on the other hand, let's just say if this was Deathguard's first turn. So automatically here, I see Ravager A, I see Ravager B, I see Ravager C here. I have Plagueburst Crawlers. Now these things have +1 ballistic skill, and they can ignore line of sight with the Plagueburst Cannon. So I would love to try and take these Ravagers out, because I believe their toughness 7, if I'm not mistaken, 6, don't quote me. And 2 damage flat. Entropy cannons, I mean, you can blow these things up with just maybe 1 round of fire there from there. And, you know, even if, let's say for instance, you don't have a line of sight here, you can get out, poke your head out just enough to get a 36-inch shot there, which they may, you know, they're not going to blow up a toughness 8 Plagueburst Crawler. So the only thing that I'm nervous sometimes is blasters, because I think blasters have the melt effect. So same thing with this guy here. You know, you would want to try and shoot up here, maybe. If you know, try to focus fire 1 down first, work on 1, because there's less shots that you'll take in general. And then same here, you know, if you don't kill this here, you know, just try to keep working on the same thing, and try to just blow up all the Ravagers. Now we're getting some scribble here, like NFL style. And then obviously for this matchup, taking Miasma the Pestilence, which gives you that nice -1 to hit. So it makes them hit on 4s and wound on 4 if they're strength 8. So, but to me, it's not necessarily the big guns that hurts. It's the small guns with poison that hurts. Now, Mortarion and Deathguard in general, these guys, it gets no better than the Plague. They can probably withstand anything. I mean, I don't get how a poison dart or shard or whatever shurikens can even infect these guys. They should look at these guys and laugh and say, you know, we got the antidotes and medicines to anything you shoot at us.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
That would be my way of keeping Mortarion alive. I mean, you can still go ballsy and put him there. I mean, he's meant to soak up firepower. Plague Marines here are still going to be very good at objectives. I mean, you make your 3-up saves. Splinter cannons are going to be damaged too, but Deathguard is not going to care because they take away damage. So, Poxwalkers being T4, you know, and that's a strength 2 weapon, I believe, is poison. So you're looking at hitting Poxwalkers on 3s and wounding them on 4s. That's pretty good for Poxwalkers because they're still going to get their nice little 6-up Film of Pain. So in this scenario, I would say it would be a nice match, but if I was Drukhari, I would definitely try to eliminate the Mortarion. I mean, Plagueburst Crawlers, yeah, but Mortarion's just going to come this way, and once he gets anywhere in this zone here, you can't do anything to him, because these guys, if they don't die, they're pretty much trying to flank this way, or they're just trying to run away from Mortarion at this point, because then you take the Warlord trait that makes anything within 9 of him move half. So it halves their movement. So once he closes in, it's going to be super hard to get away from him. So I think it'll be a good matchup. I think killing him with high volume firepower is still kind of hard because he does have that 4 invulnerable. If you had a way to take away his invulnerable save, it could be a little easier. But for the meanwhile, if he's got that 4 invulnerable save, it's going to be a lot harder. And he's just a tank. So I've played him against Tau and survived fusion blasters and a bunch of craziness. So Mortarion is really hard to deal with. And I gotta say, probably the main thing for this, let's say the pros, well, not necessarily pros, let's just say the best way of dealing with him in this scenario. Number one key thing, if you're Drukhari, I would say either ignore Mortarion, because he does only move 12 inches, so he's not that fast moving. These guys move fast. I would say shoot these guys up. Now there's nothing to be scored for this objective here, okay? Same thing here. I would say shoot these guys up. If you can kill them all, then there's nothing that they can do to come up here and maybe try and get on that objective. So it's all about maybe just small arms firing at the troops, getting rid of those, then just kind of falling back if needed, and just having Mortarion just fly forward. As he comes, you just kind of play the game of chicken, or not chicken, you play the game of, chase me, duck, duck, goose. So, and that's the problem that I think Deathguard is going to have, is trying to face a really super fast army that can still kind of move around and very mobile. So, and keeping him alive on this side, I would say in this scenario, I try to make it as even as possible. Just pick a side and hope and pray that none of this can kill you. But you really can't play him too defensively back here, or maybe playing him here, because now he's too far back. And then by the time you get to turn 3, you're really he's not gonna be that useful. So you want to try and have him ready for the front line. He's gonna get shot at, so you just have to take it as he's gonna get shot at. He might die. You have to have a plan B just in case that does happen, but they have made him pretty goddamn resilient, so it is a chance that he may not die, he may live. So that's probably the best way, in my opinion, to play him. Just drink your pre-workout and be ready for it. Flex on those Drukhari. You're a Primarch, so you gotta be that front line in Primarch and just play the game and just try to, play the objective game. So that's it for the whiteboard. I do apologize for all the scribble scrabble, but you know what? I like talking about this and showing rather than talking. I like to just show. And of course, guys, if you guys see any other way of like tactics, or hey, maybe if I missed something, or even how you would have played the scenario, I'd love to hear about it. Maybe I missed something, but I always love to hear everybody's feedback or comments. So that's gonna do it for the whiteboard. Let's jump back to the seat. So there you have it, guys. That's my wrap up for the Mortarion kill or be killed kind of thing. So a couple things. If you're playing against Mortarion, don't be so afraid that you see this model, you start to develop hatred. I hate Mortarion. I hate this game. He's such an overpowered model. He's gonna kill everything. Oh yeah, that may be the case, but I mean, your mind should be just strategically trying to develop a way to beat him potentially, or just play the game and play the mission. So, and also too, if you are playing as Mortarion, and you run into a matchup where you're just like, I'm going to get completely obliterated. It's the same thing goes as well. Try to play the matchup, try to be strategically inclined in regards to how to deal with the situation rather than, you know, becoming the situation of, I hate, you know, this army or stuff like that. I try to refrain from the word hate just because it's like, hate is such a strong word. And, you know, we all play this game to have fun, and, you know, we like to paint miniatures. At the end of the day, it's just a game, guys. And, you know, you learn from losing and you learn from winning. So whether you lose, whether you win, ultimately just have fun, you know, and just hopefully make sure the opponent that you're playing against is fun to play against. I've had some pretty bad opponents before in the past, and, you know, it's just one of those things where it's just like, you try to do everything in your power, make sure the game goes well and stuff. And, you know, and I went to the LVO. I had one opponent that was just straight, just a dick to me.
Moral is, don't be a dick.
I don't know what his issue was, but you know what? At the end of the day, I didn't have to play him just because he didn't want to play me. So just try to make sure everyone is having a good experience, and just make sure that your opponent is having fun. And it's just a game of dice at the end of the day, guys. So another thing, I'm also working on the Emperor Spears, or the Spear of the Emperor. I think it's Emperor Spears. I really like these guys. I like their story, I like their background. So there's a little look, if my camera will focus in. There you go. So my guy got the BR for Black Rage there. So yeah, have fun with this hobby, guys. You know, I'm still working on them. And I'm doing a whole Primaris range of the Emperor Spear. I just think they're badass, and I like the whole jungle water world kind of thing. Huge fan of Neptune, huge fan of like water in general, even though I can't swim very much. So there you have it. Another thing, guys, thank you so much again for all your great comments and everything. Please leave me more feedback. Continue hitting that subscribe and like button. You know, so it's that bell thingy that people say you'll be notified when you get a new video and all that stuff, because I really do enjoy making these, and I, you know, enjoy seeing you guys smile. And I like to get the best of both worlds, whether it's competitive play, whether it's the narrative play, or casual games, you know. So I'm open to anything and everything. So just try to, we all need to come together as a group, and, you know, don't be, I don't like this, I don't like that. And as always, I say, don't chase the meta, you know. You can play your game, play your models, and just have fun at the end of the day. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in the next video.